This is tutorial number 7, and this will go over making a title block that we are going to utilize from lesson 9 of last year. And we're just going to use the same dimensions, and we're going to go over making layers and setting everything up from the beginning. So here we go. Currently I just have, I just opened DraftSite, nothing's open. So I'm going to open one workbook helper from the shared folder, and now I'm good to go. I'm also going to turn on my grid, because the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to type in units, and we're going to make sure it's on decimal and 4 zeros to the nearest 16th of an inch, decimal degrees, precision is to the nearest degree, and it is set to inches. And once you have that, you can go ahead and click OK. Next thing we're going to do is go to limits, so you can either type in limits or go to drawing boundary. And currently my lower left corner, as it says down here, is 0, 0, which is good. And we're going to make our upper right corner 17, 11, and it tells us that in the book. So now I've basically got a B-size piece of paper, and actually the book also tells us to change our units to 3 zeros. So we're going to change our units to 3 zeros. So my bad. So go ahead and go back into units, change that to 3 zeros, and everything else should be good. After that, we are going to go ahead and set up our layers. So the first thing I should do actually is, since I'm still in one workbook helper, is save this. So file, save as, and I'm just going to call this lesson 9, or I'm going to call it B-size TB. B-size TB lesson 9. I'll put 9A. Lesson 9A. So this is a B-size title block that we're going to make. It's going to be called lesson 9A. And this one, now it's no longer one workbook helper, and now we can go ahead and make our layers. And I'm not sure if you recall or not, but to make layers, you just simply go up here to Layers Manager, and here are the layers that are currently there. Def points is currently here. Sometimes you can delete def points. Sometimes it doesn't let you. Let's see if it will let me. I click OK, and it did let me delete def points, but it won't let you delete the 0 layer. So here are the ones that I want you to have. I'm just going to go through this fairly quickly. And by the way, you can find a screenshot of this on the shared folder. It's called Layers, and it's a Word document. So I'm going to make sure caps lock is on. Just type these in fairly quickly. Center line, instruction, dimension, hatch, object, phantom, text, and hidden. And you may need to make other layers as the book requires in other lessons, but at least you know how to make them. Now currently they're all the same, but we're going to make some changes to them. Okay, so starting at the top, border, everything is good, except the line weight for the border layer needs to change to 0.9 millimeters. So I'm going to go down here 0.90, so it's a very thick line. Center line is currently a continuous line, and you guys will remember that it needs to be a dashed line. Here's how you do it. Click on it, go here, and go down to Other, and go to Load. And these are all the different line types that are here in DraftSite. And obviously we want to use center. Click OK. And you will see it there. And you can see I've already loaded center, hidden, and phantom. But that's how you do it. Click on Load and load the ones that you're going to need. So I'm going to change this from solid line to center line. And I'm also going to change the color to red. And we'll leave it on the default width. Construction is going to be yellow, and it is not going to print, and that's really all I need to do for construction. Dimension is going to be very thin, so I'm going to make that 0.30 millimeters. Hatch is going to be magenta, if I remember correctly, and that's the only change we need to make there. Object is going to be white, it's going to be continuous, and then it is going to have a thickness of 0.70 millimeters, or 0.7. Phantom is going to use a phantom line. So I've already loaded phantom line. You may need to go to Other and then load the phantom line. And then it's going to be blue as well. Text is going to be white, and it's going to be continuous, and it's going to be default. Hidden is going to be green, and then it is going to be a hidden line as well. And last but not least, I'm going to have you make the line color of the 0 layer cyan. just so it reminds you that if you ever draw on the zero layer, that hey, that's not the color it should be. It should probably be on the object layer. So that's what it should look like when you're done. And like I said, there may come a time when you need to add more layers, and you can feel free to do so. I believe you know how to do so after seeing this. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now I have a number of different layers up here, and I'm ready to go. All right. So what they want me to do is to draw a title block that looks like it's 16 inches wide by 10 inches tall. So I'm just going to go ahead and start a line at 0, 0. And I'm going to turn ortho on, and I'm going to draw a 16 by 10 by 16, and just bring it back down here and snap it. Now this is obviously on the border layer, so I'm going to take this guy and put it on the border layer before I forget, and I'm going to come back here and make sure I'm drawing on the border layer. Alright, so there's that. It looks like it comes up 3/4 of an inch, so I'm going to go ahead and offset it, 0.75, enter, and offset that line right there. And then I'm going to offset over, or actually I'm going to write my name in the text that it wants me to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the text layer. I'm going to go to simple note, and I'm going to go ahead and type in my name. I'm going to type in title, and I'm going to type in EX-XXX, and that's where we're going to fill in whatever lesson we are doing. And I'm going to make sure I put all these on center, and it asks all of these to be 0.25. 0.25, and I'm going to change this to Comic Sans as well, and you saw me do this last time. Comic Sans there, down here and go to Comic Sans, and there we go. Apply, okay. Change, I'll highlight these guys. Comic Sans, and we wanted 0.25, and click OK. And now here's my text right there. Now what it wants is it wants my text basically to be 1/4 of an inch away from this line. So I'm going to go to offset 0.25, and I'm going to put that guy there. And it also wants it 1/4 of an inch up from the top. So that's where my text is supposed to start. So I'll take my name and snap it right there. And then basically it wants 1/4 of an inch past my name. So I'm just going to kind of draw a line here straight up. And now I'm going to offset that line 1/4 of an inch. And so now this is going to be the end of my of where my name part ends. And then I believe they want the title to be centered in this. And I don't know if I need this anymore or not. I'm just going to leave it there for now. And it looks like, according to the book, they want this one to be over 14 inches. And again, this is all in the lesson that I have on the shared folder for you. So that's going to go there. And I need to take this guy and snap him to that intersection right there. And now I should be able to get rid of this and trim this guy off and get rid of this and draw a construction line from here to here and take my title and snap that to the midpoint right there. So that is what your title block should look like for lesson 9A. The only problem is this should be 1/4 of an inch away. So what I need to do is go offset 0.25 and offset this guy 1/4 of an inch, and then take this and move him straight over until it's tight, and then get rid of that line. So that looks much better. Now these are centered in those boxes. They look good, and this will be the title block that has, not only is the title block correct, but we have all of our layers, and we're going to use this to do whatever it is we need to do from here on out. So I'm going to go ahead and click save, and I will see you in the next tutorial.